morning, YouTube fam. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and joining me today. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning so far, and I hope you continue to have an amazing rest of the day. Today, as you guys can tell, I am back in my bubble. I am back home. I waited this morning to kind of show you guys where I'm at after pretty much a full month of vacationing and being in Europe, Africa, and then going to Orlando for a little bit, and now being back here. So I did gain about 3 pounds from the time that I left to now, and I honestly feel great. I don't feel one bit bad or guilty about it. To me, it's just weight, and either way I need to put on weight. It's my off season. This is the goal. So instead of like focusing on that and feeling bad about the fact that I weighed 131 pounds, I'm just gonna focus on the positives and the fact that I've gained so much strength, and I just feel great, like my energy, everything. I just feel really, really good overall, and I was able to enjoy my time away. So what is better than that? Literally nothing. For this next week, my goal is basically to ease back into tracking macros, ease back into my training routine. Even though I never stopped training while I was away, I definitely did not track one single macro. I took my food scale with me, so that was my way of making an effort to track my food, but I never even actually used it once while I was in Europe. So I tried, but I mean, things don't always go as planned, and as of right now, like being 100% consistent with my macros isn't really my priority. Training is more of my priority. So as long as I'm getting my protein in and listening to my body and how I feel, then that's all that truthfully matters to me. Anyways, the point of this vlog is basically I want to kind of show you guys how I get back on track, what my macros are, training, all of that. So I just want to touch on everything a little bit, and kind of like what my goals are for the next month, I guess. As of right now, I don't really have like any specific goals in terms of like competing or anything like that. I have no idea when my next show is going to be. I just feel great with what I'm doing right now, and I feel really happy. So that's kind of like what I want to keep focusing on. Obviously, I do want to gain some more muscle mass, so that's why I'm like, yes, give me all the food, give me the pounds. I don't care, as long as it happens like gradually and slowly. Then I'm not gonna like freak out about it, because it's necessary. Instead of like trying to go in a deficit or anything like that to get rid of any weight that I've gained during my time away, I'm just gonna embrace it, and I'm just gonna go back to my regular macros, which are 225 carb, 60 fat, and 130 grams of protein. My training is 5 times a week. I got 3 lower body days, 2 upper bodies, and one of the lower body days that we just incorporated is very like glute hamstring focused, just because like I've said a million times, it's my main focus right now, and it's really where I need to make most improvements. So that's why we added an extra glute and hamstring day to my training. Cardio is basically whenever I feel like doing it, and that is about it. Sometimes it can be a little bit hard to get back into your routine when you've been traveling and you've been out of it for so long, but to me the main thing is just like waking up that day, deciding that you're just gonna get back to it, and understand that you might not be able to get back into it 100%, but as long as you're making the effort, and as long as you are kind of like slowly easing back into it, then you're gonna get back into that routine eventually. Sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves and expect to be 100% right off the bat, but like think about it, you've been gone for maybe a month, 2 weeks. Just being away for that, like even a week, can really take you out of your routine. So be gentle with yourself. Understand that you might not be able to do it 100% right on the first day, but just keep making an effort. One of the things that really helps me is making a priority list. Have a good idea of what I should be getting done in the day, because we always have so many things to do, but if we don't prioritize, then we're not going to get the most important things done. So I would highly recommend doing that. Obviously grocery shopping and meal prepping, kind of like planning out your day, like I said, making a priority list just to kind of like know what you need to do and what needs to get done, and keep yourself accountable. If you do have a specific physique goal, or you're just simply trying to get back into your diet after being off for so long, the first few days I would highly recommend just kind of like focus on cleaning up your diet a little bit, making more conscious decisions, maybe getting more protein in, getting more veggies in. Start with that, and then from there you can start tracking your macros. You get a good idea of where you're at with your nutrition, and then from there you can maybe go into your macros and start trying to be a little bit more consistent. But the best word of advice that I can give you guys is to not jump into it 100% right off the bat. For me, that's fine, because like I'm just that type of person. Like I can literally just like switch something on, switch it back off, and like I'm really good at just like being 100% if I really want to be. But if you're not that type of person, and you find that you get very stressed out from just trying to get into something too quickly, then just ease into it. I promise you that as long as you're making an effort and you're trying to get back on track, you are getting there. Like just the smallest little things count. Like it might not be huge, but with every little effort that you make, you will eventually get there. I'm very excited to be back home, very excited to get back into my routine, share full day of eating videos with you guys, my training, and just pretty much what you guys were seeing before I actually went to Europe. If you are new to the channel, welcome, and thank you so much for subscribing. Things are gonna change maybe slightly. I still do a lot of traveling, so you'll still be able to see some of that footage, but for the most part when I am home, I do focus a lot more on bringing you guys educational and informative content. I may not be the most knowledgeable person, but I do try to share what I know, just because I know that there's someone out there who might not know what I know. So that's always my goal with all my videos. I hope you guys continue to enjoy my content. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys is actually how my body is going to change. Well, I expect it to. We'll see what actually happens, but I do know my body pretty well. Like, I coach myself for about 2 years. Anytime that I go away and go off macros, if I get back onto like a consistent plan, consistent macros, I see my body change quite a bit. So I'm definitely expecting to drop some water weight over the next few days, just from simply going back into like my maintenance surplus-ish macros. So I'm gonna keep track of that, show you guys that you do not necessarily need to go into a deficit after a prolonged period of overeating. Sometimes it is necessary depending on like your metabolism and where you are at in your journey, but that's just something that you like have to figure out based on your progress and how your body responds to what you are doing. So personally, I have found that just simply going back onto macros and being consistent, getting my water in, getting my training in, maybe doing some cardio, always helps me get back on track and just kind of like get rid of any water that I have gained during my time away and during my time of overeating. So I'm really looking forward to sharing this with you guys. I hope you guys have found this helpful. If you did, you know what to do. Give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you enjoy my content, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions for me, anything to tell me, make sure to leave it down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next one.